Join me. I was sitting on a boulder next to the Punch Bowls in Queens Canyon, which is located in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. I was reading one of my favorite books, The Bronze Bow by Elizabeth George Spear, as I watched the water splash from one bowl to the next. The other children I was with were engaged in some sort of activity, sliding from one basin of icy water to the next. They were wet and shivering and cold, but having a blast. I, on the other hand, was warm and content with the adventure I was getting to relive through this author's masterful piece of work. Wait a minute, that's not right. That wasn't me, that was my sister. I was definitely the one tromping through the ice water and ripping my jeans as I slid down the waterfalls. Okay, join me here. The young girl struggled to make her way through the vines that entangled the path she was traveling down. She could hear the sounds of the guerrilla helicopter hovering above her, and she knew that her brother's life and her own depended on her steadiness in this situation. Forgetting her own danger, she decided that now was the right time to act. Launching herself into the clearing, she began racing towards the hut in which she was lodged. What a great story. Yet, once again, I wasn't reading this because I'm just not a reader. I have always been a social butterfly, and I've also always been a slow reader. These two facts settled that I have never been really into reading books. However, I love to learn and grow, so when I found that I could listen to an exciting and educational audiobook while doing other things and without having to struggle through the words, I was thrilled. Looking further into this new supply of literature, I found that the resources through the internet and libraries are numerous. You see, I never really realized how much I was missing out on until I began to listen to books. And as it turns out, there's a big part of me that was missing. I now know how beneficial this resource can be. Audiobooks. Let's talk about them. Who wants them? Who needs them? And what kind of doors are open through them? Many people nowadays just don't have time for reading. High schoolers, busy with sports and education, working moms and working dads laboring to nurture and feed their loved ones, and even your young, single, average Joe just trying to get ahead in life, all have hectic schedules. This is understandable, but sad if left alone. Thankfully, there's a way that we can not lose such a valuable resource as books. It's made easy for us through library apps and others such as Audible and Kindle. A simple search on the web to Book Riot will show you 18 different app options that are available to us for use. This includes free ones such as Overdrive, which connect with your local library, as well as others such as Audible, which you can purchase books on. And then there's the variety. When I open my Audible app to look for a new book, it offers me 27 different categories of options to look through, such as mysteries and thrillers, comedy, business, and many more. The abundance of resources we now have is also very beneficial for those of us that struggle with reading. In the United States, 14% of the adult population cannot read. That's an astonishing 32 million adults. It's true, Google it. That doesn't even include the people like me that just struggle with reading. From personal experience, I know how it can be very frustrating and hard to read if you're not good at it. Something that should be neat becomes something we dislike. Often, we begin to simply associate books with school or negative memories. Thankfully, this can be changed through listening to books. Once again, I know from experience. So as I conclude this session, I would challenge you to not quit learning. Don't let busyness stand in your way. Don't let reading challenges stand in your way. Take advantage of the opportunities we possess through audiobooks and I would challenge you to read 3 audiobooks by summertime. Thank you.